What's up, y'all? My name is Namir.
And I'm Roxanne.
And we are
Becoming the Branches! This is a podcast where we share who we are.
And who God has called us to be. It's a
process. What's up, everyone?
We're back again.
Back again. It's Roxy.
What's up, y'all?
And welcome to Becoming the Branches podcast. Doom. Anyways, yes, we are back. This is episode, I believe, 5. Yeah. And yeah, babe, how are you?
I'm excited. I'm doing well. So Good. Today's topic, I'm going to ask my wife how she's doing in a second.
I was to say, you ain't going to ask me how I'm doing? Dang.
My God. Today's topic is the power of a sleep consultant.
Sleep consultant?
My God, what do you need that for?
Yeah.
You're going to find out. Yeah. But how are you doing first, baby?
I'm doing okay.
Just okay?
We had a nap today.
We did.
Jesus.
To God be the glory.
Lord, it took us a long time to be able to take a nap while he's sleeping.
And I mean a real nap. Because everybody says, oh, sleep when the baby's sleeping. Y'all, do you know how hard that is?
It's so hard.
You have to basically rewrite and rework your entire circadian rhythm to this baby. And it's just like, never mind you being a morning person or a nighttime person, to try to force yourself to go to... Forcing yourself to go to sleep in general is hard.
Yeah.
Forcing yourself to go to sleep when the baby is asleep is extremely hard. More so because there's so many things that you have to do in that moment. And then it becomes like it's like a multiple choice question. It's like you could wash clothes, you could take a shower, you could nap,
wash the dishes,
or do something else. Which option are you
picking? Watch YouTube.
You only get one.
Yeah.
You could do one, maybe two on a good day.
Yeah.
But it's just like, you have to choose wisely. So I'm like, I couldn't nap. But I'm like, but I couldn't. No. Eventually you learn to try to nap. But it's not as easy as it seems.
Yeah. And I'm like the type of person who goes to sleep really fast. But with a baby, oh my gosh, so hard. I think when he was younger, I was able to take naps with him on my chest.
Yeah. And he would be more... less active, less active in his sleep. So it was fine. And then he would sleep a lot longer.
Yeah.
So that gave us more opportunity to nap.
But it was still hard to nap.
Yeah.
Even though he would take, longer naps.
Yeah. And then that coupled with that, which my friend told me about too, that coupled with that, I guess when you first have a baby, I don't know if it's necessarily fear or it's just stewardship or I don't know, a combination of things, making sure that they're still alive or that they're breathing.
Yeah, the fear, anxiety, all the things.
I didn't have that per se.
Yeah,
but I know
that.
Roxy had that and she was checking pretty frequently.
Every 2 seconds.
Yeah, because you hear stuff about SIDS and all these things. But it's interesting to me because hearing about SIDS, I've heard about it more as a parent because I'm a parent.
Yeah.
But beyond that though, I think just what's interesting is hearing about SIDS and all of America's propaganda concerning sleep culture. But then, for Roxy growing up in Jamaica, or you hear other countries where their sleep culture
is so different.
It's so different in terms of what is permissible for babies sleeping on their tummies to even just having things in their crib. I'm not saying make it crazy or nothing, but you look at China or this or that, and you're just everybody else is doing different, but you hear about SIDS
America,
and stuff.
Only in America. I've never heard about SIDS. Well, actually, I was younger in Jamaica, but still, I don't think the conversation or the topic of SIDS was even a thing in Jamaica.
Explain it to people who don't know.
SIDS is where, oh my gosh, it's not the shaken. I know it's hold on, guys. Hold on. It's like when babies, pass while they are sleeping and stuff. But let me confirm what it is. I should know this as an educator. But so SIDS is sudden infant death syndrome.
Jesus. But I know one who could raise them back, huh?
Yes, this is unexplained,
Would you say it
pass
again? No, I'm
away.
sorry. Sudden infant death syndrome?
So this is unexplained pass away of an infant under 1 year old, often called crib pass away. I don't know the other word. I don't want to say the D word because I don't know how it's gonna be like on internet.
Oh.
You know. So this usually happens like, when the child is sleeping. So they said that the biggest risk is when the child is sleeping on their stomach. So yeah, so that's that.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the risks. And then, of course, you hear the stories. I don't, again, if you're not in kids' world, I'm saying kids' world because we're parents now. You may not hear as much unless you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
Yeah.
But, of course, you have that, or you have, I remember like one of my fears in the beginning was like, sleep rolling. If you did like co-sleep.
Co-sleep, yep.
Yeah, because, like you've heard stories or you've seen things where like the parent roll over the kid or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And you'd be like, oh my God, like that happens or whatever.
Yeah, he was so scared.
So scared at first, but then I think it was when we talked to our pediatrician, I forget who, so many appointments, but they're really good. Anyways, so we talked to them and they were like, yeah, but that most of the time that's what the case for people that take like
medicine or something.
Yeah, heavy
like
medication to sleep, or
they weren't promoting co-sleeping, by the way. Okay, just to make that clear.
Yeah, abundantly clear. They weren't promoting it, but that helped me because I'm just like, oh, well, that's not our story.
Yeah.
We don't take medication to fall asleep or to do anything like that. And we're pretty much, at least like, well, I'm more of the lighter sleeper if I'm not like really, really tired. But but I was like, oh, okay. I just thought like you just roll over them or whatever. But I guess you don't have that when you rely on that medication stuff, or let melatonin. Melatonin.
Melatonin, yeah.
Yeah, then it's just like you could be more predisposed to rolling or whatever the case may be. So I didn't have that issue, thank the Lord.
Yeah, but he was so scared a little bit because a few times I've put our son in our bed. I mean, it kind of helped him to be a little bit better of a sleeper, but not for real.
Yeah,
not for real.
He was smaller, it was helpful.
Yeah, it was a little bit better, but yeah, we made sure to put him in the bassinet, and then now he sleeps in his crib and all the things. We're very much adamant about that. Well, more so my husband.
100%.
Yeah.
It's been a journey.
Yeah, it has been. So yeah, today we're going to talk about sleep consultant, and just the power of it, because we recently worked with one and she has been phenomenal.
Yes,
like
12 stars out of 10.
Oh my gosh.
She really helped us get our life back on track, because when we're not sleeping,
grumpy mom over here, okay?
Yeah, everything just gets horrible. I can't tell you.
Not horrible. That's a strong word, babe. Are you serious?
No, I'm talking about holistically, not just you. I'm just saying, like, when you're not sleeping and your spouse is not sleeping, that whole situation is a recipe for disaster. Because I think, like, I don't know that it was a crazy amount of times, but we've had a few times where we have both been have to be apologizing, like, I'm sorry for what I said.
Yeah. Sorry for doing this.
I'm sorry for this because I'm tired and then
so
this is happening. It's like the whole house suffers. The whole house suffers when the baby's not sleeping.
It's true. And then, like, for me, I felt like I was just like a grumpy mom, grumpy wife.
Cranky. I was cranky.
Yeah, you were cranky. But it was like one of those things just like, oh, I don't like this,
For us.
And I don't like it for us at all. Like, I felt like I was just like, oh my gosh, it was a lot.
It was destroying us from like the inside out. And it was also one of those things too where it's just like, it kept becoming more and more apparent, like, this is not sustainable for us. From like me having to go to work further.
Oh my gosh, we're still praying about that. Lord, we thank you.
Yeah, we thank you in advance, Jesus. We're gonna make another podcast recording, and it's gonna be a testimony for you guys.
Come on, Jesus.
But from me having to commute further, and then him not sleeping through the night, and then there was points where he would wake up, and then he would wake up. And he'd be up for hours.
Jesus.
And we just be fasting and praying, and more so praying, and just like, Lord, please, Jesus, please.
Yeah, it was a lot. And I was like, I think we were talking about this today, how I used to be like, I'm just prepared to stay up.
Yeah, she would just mentally fix
I'm just
her
like,
mind.
my
Like,
mind was like already
I'll stay up till 6 a.m. It's
prepared to
okay.
just stay up and, have to have very long days because our son would be up for hours.
Yeah, and I couldn't do it.
And stuff. So yeah, it was tough. But what made us, get a sleep consultant? Or maybe I should share that. Maybe I don't know.
You could share that. I'll share what I remember. I think it's just a culmination of everything. We had a couple really bad nights, and it was just really rough. Where, and I'll give you context. So for us, our strategy was, for the most part, it kind of evolved over a few months. Well, initially it was like both of us being up at the same time. She needed additional support, so I would stay up with her. We would get up when, and kind of do it. We would tag team, over the course of some months, still tag teaming. But then also for me, like, I would go to bed a little earlier, and then she'd eventually go to bed, and then I'll wake back up, and then I kind of like help more than I was before. So eventually we kind of be like, because somebody has to sleep. Somebody has to live to tell the story. And then I was, I found that I was a lot better. And then she would say that too, because I'm like, if I wasn't sleeping, then I'd be like grumpy and really cranky, and that was more of a nuisance to her and then helpful. Yeah. So she would, initially she was trying to tell me that, but I wasn't getting it at first.
No, he was not. Jesus.
But eventually the Lord enlightened me and opened my eyes, and I began to see. So, it came back around, and then it got better in terms of us swapping like that. And she still wake up a little bit, but at least then I could be more hands-on. So mind you, this could be like, let's say he went to bed at like 10, like by around like 4-ish, close to 6, in that window somewhere. That's when it's like my turn to really like do the things, or whatever the case may be. But, we had a few really bad nights. And I mean, like, there's been times where we thought that he might have had the purple crying, which we've heard about. And for people that are not aware, I could look it up, but I'm not going to. It's basically like when your baby's crying for an extended period of time, but there's nothing inherently wrong with them. Yeah. They're just crying and they can't be consoled, and
nothing's working.
And you're trying everything and you think you're okay. But when you are listening to a baby cry for an extended period of time, like hours, that just does something to your psyche. And we've experienced that. So like, even just like some of the challenges, it definitely gave me understanding from like, in Roxy too, she could speak to it more as well for her part. I'm not gonna speak for her, but even like, like where there's like the shaking baby syndrome, or like people getting frustrated with the baby when they're crying profusely and they're not consolable, and you feel like you could see like how people could like throw them or just be violent towards them, and it's not even intentional. It's just like, can you, it's just like, can you stop crying? Can you stop crying?
And we've never shaken our baby before. I feel like we have to like do disclaimers because like there are people who might think that that's the case.
Did they shake their baby? No, we did not. We did not.
No, come on.
The Lord had kept us.
Yes, but we're just being honest that these are some things that we've experienced. Like, oh my gosh, my mind, like, what's happening? Like, I feel so angry right now. Like, we're not sure what to do, kind of thing. So it's been hard. So we've had those tough nights. Well, maybe a few, two or so.
It was at least
nights.
2 or 3, but it was enough for us to be like, it was enough nights for us to recognize that it's not working. Yeah, and we talked to, I won't say so many people. We talked to enough people giving their advice about, well, have you tried this, from our relatives to our friends? And we tried things. We tried magnesium cream, tried rubbing it on his feet.
Oh my gosh. The swaddles.
We tried this. She bought like 50
oh my gosh,
swaddles. At least like
pacifiers.
5 to 6. Yes, pacifiers. We tried the lotion, lavender, scented. We tried so many things and it wasn't working. And then he would wake up, and then it'd be hard for him to go to sleep. And then, we were just like, this is not sustainable. I bought a sleep guide. That was the first start too. Because Roxy's doing research, and then I'm starting to get into the research. And so I bought a sleep guide. So we tried to do some of that. And then I remember that's when we first tried to do like the put him in the dark to do a reset. And it worked that one day. And we were like, oh my gosh, shut the front door. Yeah. He slept good. So it was like, oh, okay, we're good.
Yeah, and then after that.
And then it kept spiraling, to be honest. And people kept asking, is he sleeping through the night? And we're just like, nah, bro.
I hate that question so much. And like, so Yes, I posted on my Instagram too how, we invested in a sleep consultant. And I had a mom reach out to me saying, is it normal that my child still wakes up 2 to 3 hours a night? Like, and I believe her child is at least 2 months old. And I'm like, yes, that's still normal. That's okay. Like, that's no problem. And she's like, yeah, like she experienced how people will be like, oh, uh, does he sleep through the night? And when she be like, no, like they look at her crazy and stuff. And I say, it's so annoying. It's so rude that moms, people do that. Like, stop. Like this,
It's the
like,
shame.
it's a shame. Like, what? Your child doesn't sleep through the night? Like, I've had moms talk to me about, like they like make their comments about, oh yeah, my son sleep through the night, or my child sleeps through the night, or they only wake up once, and whatever the case may be. Like, every child is different. Like, every child is different, and it's okay. Like, if your child is less than 3 months old, I believe that it's still okay for them to wake up 2 to 3 times for the night. Like,
And to like nurse
and
and
to
stuff.
nurse and
That's
stuff like that.
normal.
And that lower the chances of SIDS. Like, that's a good thing. So can we like normalize not asking that question anymore? Like, and making it
think-
a thing where it's like, oh, like a shame kind of thing. What's up?
No, I was gonna say I think people still gonna ask that question.
People
But I
are
would
going
say
to.
like
People are going to
maybe,
people.
yeah, I would say like maybe normalize not shaming people.
Not
'Cause
shaming,
people
yeah,
have
yeah.
a way that they like shame you
Yeah.
when you do things that are contrary, which I guess that shouldn't be surprising in the sense because I'm like people do that in general. But I guess when it comes to like your kid or your first kid or just kids in general, it's like more of an intimate, a personal thing because it becomes like a personal attack. Like when like for instance when Black people and we could be very cultural and it's just like you don't like mac and cheese. What? What's
Yeah.
wrong with you? Why don't you like mac and cheese?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, have you tried? And then they go into that whole thing, which is like, if they don't like mac and cheese, don't like mac and cheese. You don't have to
Period.
shame
It's
them about
okay.
it.
Yeah.
And the same thing is true, like with your kid, because it's just like, if my kid is not sleeping with all of the techniques and stuff that work for you guys or the home remedies or whatever the case
Yeah.
is, like it just is what it is. And so that was our case. We literally tried all the things, was not working for him. We started looking at a sleep consultant. At one point, I had found somebody and Roxy was like, no, that's a lot of money and da 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 da. And I think we talked to
We had a consultant with
we
one.
did eventually do another
and
consultant.
It was so expensive, like over $1,000 or something.
Yeah, it was like $1,500 for
Yeah.
was it the month?
Was it a month? I don't think so.
I don't remember.
But either way,
It was
it was very pricey, but it just felt like, to me personally, felt like no. So what I was also a part of like different moms group, or still is a part of different moms group, and I'll be on this one specific moms group about sleep and stuff like that. Like it's called sleep something, whatever. And I'll be on there like anyone else's, like for example, like 4-month-old, 3-month-old, going through X, Y, and Z, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. And I remember our sleep consultant commented. And it was like, I'm going to message you or whatever the case may be. And she messaged me and we had our first free consultation, whatever the case may be. And she was nice and stuff. And like, she seemed like she knew what she was doing or what she, all the different things. But, I can be a little bit cheap, y'all. And I was like, I'm not trying to spend no money on no sleep consultant.
And this is where we differ because for Roxy is very much it's two groups of people. Two groups of people. So the first group is Roxy is more of a quantity buyer and a save my money buyer. So if we have $50, Roxy like, I could get 12 things for $50. I could get 12 things for $40 and save $10 in my pocket.
Yep.
Me, I don't mind spending money, but I really don't mind spending money if it's like an investment. So like, let's say there was something let's say we got a new toaster that costs $40. That'll last us for some years. I spend $50 on the toaster because I'm like, that's an investment to me. So I'm like, it's going to work out in itself and we're not going to have to buy nothing. So we differ there. And, for joint purchase and stuff, we kind of talk about it or whatever case may be. But this is like the two groups. So for me, I'm just like, I think we should get a sleep consultant. And I'm like, if it's that much, we can figure it out. And she's just like, nah.
I can do research. I can go on ChatGPT. I can do this.
She's trying to find the cheaper option.
On Facebook, I can do this and that. And they weren't working because I've tried the, ChatGPT thing and I've tried those different things. I've tried it all. And I'm like, it's not working. So how did we come to the conclusion? I think we had like another conversation with her, but you were on the phone too, right?
Yeah, because you did You did I think you said the consultant thing, and then I think I was there. We just talked to her on the phone, and then we kind of moved forward with whatever.
And she's great. Like when we started the whole program, we had our first video call with her, and it was just like so nice. Like she was like so sweet, so understanding, like supportive. Like it was just like
yeah, it was a breath of fresh air, and she's very knowledgeable, and it felt like we was talking to like a friend or like somebody like we knew.
Yeah. It was like so nice, and like she made a customized sleep plan for us. And she was available for us like via text or even phone call, whatever the case may be, 24/7, pretty much.
Especially like through the night, because she had like a week and a 2-week plan. So we initially did the 1 week and the customized sleeping plan for him. But, she had like a questionnaire that we filled out, and we filled out the questionnaire, very honest just about how our son is and all the things.
Yeah, all the things.
And like literally she was able, from that and then us talking to her on the first video call, she was able to take all of that into account, and she gave us a plan. But it was just like reading the plan that she gave it to us, like, oh my gosh, like that is him to the T.
Yes.
She was like, yeah, he sounds like he's very social and very this and very that. We're just like, oh my gosh, like you know him, like you met him.
Yeah.
And, so it was just great having that support, because, prior to her, we were literally trying all the things. And even like on our call, it was very enlightening, because we didn't realize that, one, we were developing poor sleep habits for him that weren't sustainable, but also that we were also doing different things. Yeah. So like, I'm like patting him, rocking him, shushing him, and then Roxy's doing like something completely different. She's like patting him or shushing or bouncing him or something. And then when we both get him up, we're both doing these alternate techniques that are like compounding his sleep it's not sleep deprivation, but his sleep dependency on us. And then as he gotten older, it's just like getting heavier. And oh my gosh, y'all, that let's talk about that real quick. This boy,
my God,
I love him. It's like, it was when he was younger, it worked. It was like, okay, like yeah, I'll bounce you, but then it got harder.
He got
heavier because he went from like 8 pounds to like 10 pounds to like 15 pounds. Once he crossed the 15-pound threshold, it's just like rocking you for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 13 minutes. And then, he wake up and you have to start from scratch. It's just like my muscles can't do it.
Yes.
There'll be times that we be counting down and watching the clock, and then you just be like, I have to put him down.
Yes. Or we put him down so bad because my arm is sleeping. Yeah. So like, it's like, boom. I mean, not like that, but it's like, oh my gosh.
It's not smooth. Or there was times that I know I put him down and I'd be so frustrated because he was like sleeping perfectly, but I put him down crazy, or his body got stuck on my arm or something. And then he woke up and I was like, God, I just want to kick the trash can. Like,
it's terrible. Yeah. So like, even like for me, like I found out like every time he would wake up, I would nurse him. So he was like waking up often because he's like, oh, I get some milk.
Yeah.
So he's smart. He's a smart kid. Very smart. So yeah, like there are times even when we were working with her, like things weren't really going the best and we were getting frustrated with each other. And she was like being that person to like calm us down.
To touch base and, be like, stick to the plan. Yeah. Or like, be patient. He's going through this. Yeah. But it was just good for us to have this support because it felt like, and Roxy can speak to her portion. For me, it felt like everyone we talked to, one, wasn't having the sleeping issues we were having. That's within like our friend group. And then some people that we know who have kids that are like our good friends, they're like a little bit removed from like the immediate sleep issues of a newborn, because maybe their kid is like 1+, 2+, toddler. You don't really remember too many of the details, or maybe they just didn't have as rough an experience as we were having. So, it felt like everybody we would talk to, they'd be like, oh, wow, that's surprising. So what do you guys do? But it wasn't like nothing like supportive that made me feel like, oh, you get it, or you understand, or whatever. It just felt like we were on an island. Navigating by our lonesome. Just, we done put the SOS in the sand and we're just waiting any day
for
to be rescued.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It was, yeah, it was a journey, but it's been so good. I mean, there are days or nights when I'm like, I can't do this 10-minute thing, or because our sleep plan was different, which we're not going to share that part, but our sleep plan was customized
Yeah,
for a
but she's
little
more so
one.
talking about the part where he would cry for a little bit because we have to give him time to like self-regulate. And that's the part that can be hard because of like the way he cries and how loud or how high. And then it's just like, it's just like, it's just, but working with her is again, is good. And she so holds us accountable. So
Yeah.
she's like, so I see here that you got up to nurse him.
Yeah.
What was the reason for that? Or
Yes.
I see that you guys had, picked him up or did whatever before the timer. What was that about? And you're just like,
Yes.
well,
What happened was, and it was like she's like such a breath of fresh air. I don't even understand how I don't think she understands how such a blessing she is to our family, because we didn't think we were gonna get any sleep.
no, at all. But it goes to
Yeah.
show like how needed like they are and she is. Even her story is just fascinating. But like, like that was the one thing that I appreciate that she says, like, we're gonna ensure that he sleeps so you guys can sleep.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
yes.
big ups to you, because
I mean, if it wasn't for her, we would not be doing this podcast right now.
No,
Like,
literally.
no, like we would
Literally.
not, like we would probably still be trying to put him down or something. Because remember how it would take us like 2 hours to put him down.
On a good day, it could be like an hour. But like but like we said, if he woke up for whatever reason, that's it. We have to start from scratch. We have to pick him up, and then we have to take turns because we're both get frustrated, and it just was rough. We had enough of that. That was like we reached a breaking point multiple times, and that's what provoked us to be like, something has to break, and it can't be. And I just remember I said that like consistently. I was like, something has to break, and it cannot be us.
Yeah,
because it was just so brutal on us, and it was just like we're not sleeping, and then we have to go to work. But by this point, like our maternity paternity leave was over, and we had to go back to work, and that was just like this is gonna kill us. It literally will kill us. Because I'm not sleeping, then we have to drive, and then we have to navigate work responsibilities, and then we have to come home and deal with him at night, and then we're not really sleeping.
I used to dread nighttime because I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's such a hassle. Like,
such a hassle.
We went through the ringer.
Yeah, but now, like, I even watched him tonight, just navigate him going to sleep. We put him down awake. I mean, some nights is different, but we put him down awake, and he, settled himself. He was dozing off, of case maybe. And then also let's talk about the pacifier, because for a long time he would not take a pacifier.
Yeah, we thought he was anti-pacifier. Well, let me tell y'all, he was playing us. Like,
since birth.
We thought he didn't like no pacifiers, and then he goes to daycare, talk to the providers, come to find out the boy taking pacifiers.
Well, the pacifiers that we sent. Yeah, just to be clear.
Just to be clear, because we were just like, maybe he'll take it from them. Yeah, and he did. And so we were flabbergasted. Our flabbers were gasted. And so he comes home. We try the pacifier with him, flexing on us.
No, he's like,
the boy would relax his tongue so it falls out his mouth before he could like move his hands as he wants now can. And we just be like, oh my gosh, but still be taking it from the daycare provider. But she put us on to what is it?
Tippy something.
Tippy Tommy pacifier something.
Yeah.
And she was like on my mama, basically.
Yeah.
She was like she's like she recommends this particular brand to her clients, but she's like, I haven't found a baby that won't take it.
Yeah, and he actually was the first baby for a little bit who wasn't taking it. I'm like, dang, why you gotta be that kid? But
she was like, we'll see if he'll make me eat my words.
Yeah.
So at first he wasn't taking it, but the good thing with this pacifier too, he eventually did start taking it, and now he takes it more. He likes it. But even with this pacifier, and she was saying it too, like this pacifier is more so built towards the way their mouth is, I guess, shaped. So it's like, I guess, less of that push reflex on the tongue. So it just stays in their mouth a lot longer compared to like the other one. Because everybody sees the green, was it the Philips brand pacifier everybody mom be using? Or even the ones from the hospital. So
Yeah,
he
same
takes
one.
that one, and then that can stay in their mouth while they sleep, and you don't have to worry about all the
Like it doesn't
craziness.
mess with their teeth as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been good. So he was like sucking his pacifier, enjoying it, and it was so cute because his pacifier fell out, and like we were watching him from the monitor, like trying to like help himself, but he was really trying, but he didn't, he couldn't put it back in his mouth. So
Yeah, so we had got it and troubleshoot it. But, but
Yeah.
he grew a lot. And even like with her, it was cool too. Like she was very present, even for like our milestones. Cause what we would do as well was like we would send her like a nightly log of like what the night went. Cause we would text her throughout the night. But at the top of the morning, she'd be like, okay, so how'd it go? And then we'd send her a little log so she can track. We could track the progress of like, if you woke up like multiple times or maybe once or twice or whatever the case may be, and go from there. But, like she was teaching us and educating us, like, at least from this period, like let's say from like 8 to like 12 a.m., he stayed asleep. So that means he connected at least 4 sleep cycles by himself, which is like, oh my gosh.
Wow.
It's like, wow, look
That's
at
so
you.
awesome. Yeah, yeah.
And so like she was celebrating that with us. And even like, Roxy hosted an event. She Who Believed, her first women's empowerment event and in person in honor of her birthday, which was really good. So we had to like set up and stuff so we couldn't do like our home routine that we had started to develop for him. And so, we're setting up at the venue and I'm like pushing him in the stroller, got the white noise machine on, and he fell asleep, woke up at least 2 or 3 times and put himself back to sleep on his own. I didn't do anything extra. I said, oh my gosh, you are really growing and you're doing this all by yourself.
Yeah. And like she even like, gave us tips like, bring up a PJs for him just so that whatever the case may be. So like that was helpful. So like now if we know we're gonna be out, like we pack up PJs, a pair of PJs for him so we can change him into that. But she's like, again, I can't say it enough. She's been like such a breath of fresh air to our family. Cause I was like, sleep.
I don't know her.
I don't know. I'm about to get some sleep. So now, like, as she said, like, nap times would be a little bit hard. But even today, like, after I nursed him, he woke up and I put him in the crib. I was like, I'm just going to try to see what happens. And he was in the crib for a little bit up, moving his body. And he went to sleep and he slept for like at least an hour or hour and a half-ish, less than 2 hours.
At least like 90 minutes or so, which gave us time to do things. But, but it just goes to show like the growth and just the advantage of having like an affordable sleep consultant because they can be expensive. But, even just the value in that because, even when we talked to, or when Roxy talked to our daycare provider, she was like, a sleep consultant. What?
What's that?
They have those? What is that?
Yeah.
Like,
I've talked to a few moms too, and they're like, sleep consultant. What, do they come to your house? Like, no, they come to my house. This is how it works, kind of thing. So, I believe it's if you're able to, if you're expecting mom right now, like maybe you should put some money aside for a sleep consultant. You don't know if you're gonna need one or not. It's not a bad thing if you do go that route, but we are blessed too.
Or if you can afford a night nurse, or you have somebody, or if you have somebody like living with you that can help. That all that kind of makes a difference too. And shameless plug, like don't be afraid to like, I know there's a thing too with newborns and who you trust as far as like, to watch your baby or to check on your baby. But if you can, and you have people that are close to you, that are loved ones, maybe you guys live in the same house or, they're close. Don't be afraid to like lean on those people so you could get some sleep or to watch the baby and give you like a few hours to rest or to reset or whatever. I'm not saying this is one size fits all because it's not going to be.
Yeah, because when my mom was here, she was such a big help. There were like times when we'd wake up, give our son to her, make sure she has a bottle or two, and we would go back to sleep. Yeah,
and we were able to sleep like a little longer, and she'd be good. For the most part, she'd be good with the exception of like something happened or whatever. But it wasn't like
what happened.
No, I'm thinking like more like of a him or like he needed you or something. Yeah. But it's something like relative to him, not nothing that she did wrong.
Yeah.
It was more so like, oh, he wants more milk or he wants your attention or whatever, where it's like you can't control stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it did buy us more time to rest or whatever the case may be. So if you have that at your disposal, lean into it. I'm sure like and I'll say this couple, maybe depending upon like your birth story and how that goes for you.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll battle with anxiety, maybe you won't. I don't know. But if you don't have anxiety and if you're not navigating that thing, then I would say like try to take advantage of that.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about it now, how we used to like wake up in the morning, like whenever he would wake up, I would either text my mom, like, hey, are you up? Or she'd always text me like, let me know whenever you want me to take him from you. And I would like, I'm like, let's go give the baby to my mom and whatever the case may be. And that was a very helpful season.
Yeah, it was a beautiful time. And she was so helpful, and like it was crazy for us even to like when she had to leave. Like she wrote us note cards with what she learned about him and observed, and like to help us as parents and encourage us. And it was just like, wow. I was like, oh, it's like, this is so crazy. Yeah. Like you learned this much about him in such a short span of time.
And it was like actually things that he liked doing, which was very nice. But yeah. Shout out to Treasure. She is the owner
of Rested. Oh, you know what? I don't know now.
Rest and Renewed.
Is it Rest and Renewed or Rested and Renewed?
I think it's Rest and Renewed.
I want to say it's Rest and Renewed.
Rest and Renewed.
Oh no, you got the thing open.
Yeah.
It say Rested.
It's the same thing.
I mean, well, if they're going to search for her, Rested and Renewed.
Okay, Rested and Renewed.
Yeah, Rested and Renewed by Treasure Joy.
Yeah.
She's the CEO and certified sleep consultant. And she actually started out just as a mom with her own sleep issues and, realized that not only was this like lucrative, but she wanted to help other moms navigate, the challenges of sleep training their kid or their baby or the case be. I remember even too, like we started, because that was the other thing too. Remember we talked to our pediatrician about sleep training. He was like, sleep training? What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
He was like, his eyes got kind of low.
He's like,
what does that consist of?
If he starts screaming a certain way.
Yeah, pick him up.
Yeah.
He's still kind of young.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Because maybe he was like 3 months.
Yeah, he's around 3 months.
Yeah. Because like he was like, at 4 months they can do more. You could do sleep training for real.
Yeah. And we couldn't wait until he was 4 months. I think when it was 4 months, we started actually like trying like for real.
Methods. Yeah, because we were like into Ferber and I forget what else.
We only did Ferber. Ferber was the only one I was like.
But they had like but there's like Ferber variations.
Yeah.
We did like the variations for it too and whatnot. But it was just interesting just to see how that was happening or what have you. But we definitely like learned a lot. She was just a breath of fresh air, like we said. She supported us, gave us wisdom. She definitely stepped in. And then the thing that I appreciated too, just with her support, was just like we felt the support. I felt the support. I didn't feel like I was crazy for experiencing what we felt or, maybe me just feeling what I felt emotionally was just like, I feel like you talk to people and they make it seem like you're the only one experiencing this. And, I'm just like, is it just me? Is it just us? Are we the only ones in the world going through this? Nobody understands. She's like, no, it's not just you. It's okay. It happens.
Yeah.
And she's very comforting and just reassuring, which I'm just like, yeah, like you need that.
And she reminds us that every baby, every child is different, which is so helpful, Like
you easily find yourself like comparing to people or other babies that maybe have a different personality, temperament, whatever you want to call it.
Everything. Yeah. So she's been great. So if you're listening to this, Treasure, we appreciate you very, very much. And if you are looking for a sleep consultant, please, we're going to have the link in the description bar. So please check her out, book her, tell her that the branches sent you. Yeah. And anything else?
Best decision we made.
Yeah.
It's been changing our lives, and we still... the other thing too that we're learning and we've learned is that, the sleep journey continues. Even as it continues to grow and get bigger, there's going to be different challenges, or not necessarily just challenges, but adaptations that are necessary as he just grows. So, we felt really good. We definitely walked away from our 1 week, which became 2 week session. Yeah. Because we were like, we don't want it to end. Yeah. It's so good.
We're so
my gosh. And from feeling incompetent to confident. Because I was just like, I don't know that I can do this by myself. And she's like, you can do, and then I'm just like, okay, we can do this. Yeah.
Right,
And
right.
she's very detail oriented, so her plan is very thorough and things. And then what another thing that we appreciated too is that she still makes herself available.
Yeah, for us.
So we can still ask her questions or whatever the case may be. It's not like completely like unavailable after, you know, your time period is up. So that's very, really cool. And then, you know, if you want to do like another in-depth situation, then of course you can talk to her again. But that's just really awesome too. So, you know, even now here and there we text her like, yo, we're out. Like the other day we text her like, we're out and about and we don't know, should we like just put him in bed or like should we do whatever? And she's like, well, this is what I think.
Yeah.
And so we did what she said, and that boy was
fine,
normal. He had like a normal day. Now, mind you, we were like late getting home. We got home at like an hour later and some change than his normal bedtime when we started. But he went to sleep. He had like a normal night. So we was like, to God be the glory.
Yeah.
But that's everything to say, you guys. Anything else, babe?
No, that's it.
All right, so don't forget that becoming is a process that starts with God and ends with you. You can follow us on all the socials at Becoming the Branches, Instagram, at _Roxy, ROXCEE on Instagram, at Namir Branch, one word on Instagram. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Take them away, babe.
All right, see you guys.
See ya.
Bye.